Hi, we're back to finish our hinge system. So in the last video, I had you at the end go ahead and get this secured down on top of that piece of, if you're using cardstock. You don't have to use the cardstock or chipboard inside of the cardstock, but I do, and I explained why in the other video. So now what we want to do on this back side is I'm going to go ahead and grab my 1/2 inch score tape, only because I have a larger area to cover here. And I don't feel the need to cover the whole thing. I know some crafters will say cover your whole area. I don't. I feel that's a waste of score tape. So let's go ahead and I'm going to put 3 strips of my 1/2 inch score tape down. And trust me, that will be more than enough to hold that down. You can even put some glue if you just aren't feeling secure. I haven't had any come undone yet. So now we've got the back side done. Now I mentioned in the first video, I cut my measurement to be almost exactly to the page. Some crafters will have you snip off this corner. I don't like to do that. I have snipped off the corner, accidentally got too close, or you can see where that snip ends and your page starts. Let me show you on a page. So here's our 10 by 10 that we've been working on, the hinge side. So when you open it, now if you notice how perfect your page is going to sit on that binding. It doesn't show on the sides. If you can see, let me get that up. It won't show. You won't have that angled mark inside. Sometimes that will show because you don't get your page down too far. And once you have it down, wherever it attaches to that score tape, it stays. So let's prepare the rest of our hinge before we go on to our covers. Let's grab our 1/4 inch score tape or whatever you're using. And right about in the middle, go ahead and put your score tape down. I like to just keep it going in one continuous on the front and back, then I tear it off. I know I've mentioned in all the videos about purchasing the score tape. I have gone to our craft stores here, not many carry it. And the ones that do carry it, I was paying up to $7 to $8 a roll, which made it something I couldn't use all the time, and I had to almost ration it. And when I ran out, I would be panicking. Nothing holds as well as score tape. I know the red line tape is good too, but again, it's expensive. So go to my Facebook page, Country Craft Creations. I sell it to you for what I get it for. I just charge a little extra because I have to pay for the shipping to get it here, but I do buy it from the company, and that's why I can pass it on at better prices to you. And I try to really keep shipping down. So we look for the most economical way to ship it to you, and you can have score tape on hand all the time this way. So I know I ramble on. I apologize. But I really, really love making these mini albums, and I'm so happy that I can share the making of these mini albums with you. Now remember, everything I'm showing you is just how I make my mini albums. You can just take some of the ideas, adapt them to what you're doing, or you can use them all, which that makes me happy. But these are what I've learned along the way works for me. Okay, if you don't get it exactly in the middle, that's okay too. So let's get it all the way. Now, there's your hinge. Let's go back through, make sure everything's down, good and tight. And we're not ready quite yet to hear this. So I'm going to take this. Now we've got our tape. We have it ready to put down. And feel how strong that is if you've put the chipboard in the middle. It's not going anywhere. Trust me, you can beat somebody with that. Okay, this may surprise you. When I'm making my covers, a lot of times I will use shipping boxes that came back to me, and I'm not going to tell you how else, but they're not chipboard, so they are corrugated. They do bend easier, of course. That's why I'm going to put 2 together. If you go to Sam's Club or the warehouse stores or even the pizza places. Well, you can buy, I bought pizza boxes for 25 cents. They make wonderful album covers. You do have to double them, but why throw them out? I've gone to the liquor store and I get those boxes. They're wonderful. They're strong. They're sturdy. And like I mentioned in the other videos, making mini albums is expensive. It's not cheap. A lot of people look at them and say, oh, they're homemade. No, they're expensive. Let me tell you, I've gone up to $50, $60 before. So I look for ways to save so that I can spend it on paper. I love the paper. So a couple things you're going to need for this is your box cutter, a good sturdy ruler, and the minute I put mine down, I do lose mine all the time. So a good sturdy ruler, and of course your cutting board. Now on the cutting board, there's my ruler. On your cutting board, make sure that you're down to a blade that's maybe it's tearing up your paper. I keep them and I reuse them only for cutting my cardstock. My